Hello everyone, my name is Michaela and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and please click the subscribe button if you like what you see. So today it is a beautiful, gorgeous day in Vancouver and it is my day off, but at the same time I have some work that I've been putting off. So I thought we could film a get ready with me. I can talk about some of my new favorite products and how I've refreshed my routine a bit, and just chit chat along the way. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Okay, so first, just gonna use some hair clips. I tried to tuck that away so it'll be more aesthetically pleasing, but here we are. So yeah, I will just dive into which foundation that I'm currently using. So there is two that I really like and enjoy right now, and I don't like to use too much of it, and I don't wear it every day. I wear it to work, and then normally on my days off I don't wear any makeup at all, so people might have a difficult time recognize me. I look like two totally different people, but that's okay. And so the two foundations that I'm going to show you today is the lovely House Labs by Lady Gaga. This formula is so beautiful and very skin-like, and I find that it does a really nice subtle way of covering up any dark spots on my face, and just it looks like you have a very minimal effort, and I just really love the texture consistency. It has been compared to the Giorgio Armani, so if you love that one, you'll really like this one, and vice versa. So I was gifted this foundation from work, so thank you. I really appreciate it. And so this one I find is a little bit warmer than what I normally am. So I also was gifted the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. This one is lovely, and this one's closer to my natural shade. So I'm just gonna mix the two together. So my face is prepped, primed, and I have sunscreen on. I've been normally using the Aveeno sunscreen, but recently just switched to the Dermalogica 50 SPF, and I am obsessed with it. Another gift from work, so thank you so much. And so with my foundations today, just gonna give them a good shake. And I'm just gonna mix them together. So I'm just gonna do 2 pumps and do 1 pump. I probably should have did light first and a little bit of dark, but that's fine. Oh, it kind of looks like a heart. There we go. So I'm gonna warm that up on the back of my hand. And it's messy business. So I'm gonna use the Beautiful Together It Cosmetics with Anna Jax. The It Cosmetics has really beautiful makeup brushes, and I really love this dual purpose one. And let's see if I can show you how nice this looks. And let's do but yeah, I find that that's a more complementary match, and then I'll just be able to wear the House Labs in the summertime. I wish I know that House Labs also has like a brush to go with the foundation. One day I'll have it, but just not right now. So I finished both sides of my face, and so now I'm gonna go in with This is intended to be like a concealer brush and get fine-tuned all the little details, but I really like to use this in the brow area. I did do my brows before the video, and I'll dive into brows more in another. And so just gently going over the lids. And so I just like being able to use this brush in this area here. If I happen to do my brows first, and just using this along the hairline. It's because my forehead has a bit more expression than the rest of my face, so I just find this is a nice way, because if I go over it like this, it's just going to settle into the fine lines, kind of weird. But this way it's a little bit more seamless. And then I'm just going to bring this up gently and just work it into the hairline. Okay, so this is the finished foundation. I absolutely love it, and it's a very nice, natural looking, luminous glow, and the more you blend, the better it'll look. I'm actually not going to be using setting powder or setting spray on me anymore, just because I am 35 and I don't find that my makeup looks better after I do it. I would certainly do that for a client or for a runway shoot or anything like that, but just for me, I find my makeup lasts better when I'm focusing on using cream products, because my skin is quite dry, so the hydration or illusion of hydration is really nice. But I'm not going to be using those today, and just for a little while, I think. So for the next product I'm going to use, I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to use it for the first time with you. It's the Milk Makeup Sculpt Stick in Toasted. So I actually have, where did it go? I have the bronzer in Baked, and then I just picked this one up because this one is actually a contour. So contour is intended to be cool, and then bronzer is intended to be warm. So you would use bronzer on like the cheeks, the forehead, the chin, kind of warming up the neck if you need. But contour is intended to create the illusion of cheekbones, or to enhance your cheekbones if that's what you're looking for. And it just looks, it's supposed to look very nice and natural. When it comes to using these products, I prefer not to use them directly on my face. I like to just put them on the back of my hand, warm it up, and then apply it to my face, just because I find that for me, it looks more natural, I guess. And so let's see. So this is one of the brushes that Samantha Ravindall was absolutely obsessed with. Anything that she says, I follow, basically. It's from e.l.f. Cosmetics. They don't make it anymore. You can find it on eBay from sellers that are selling it for a very high cost. Hopefully e.l.f. brings us back one day. This is pretty thrashed, I'm not gonna lie. And definitely needs a cleaning, but the only brush that I've found that is somewhat similar to it is the Rare Beauty blush brush that Selena Gomez created. So with the liquid blushes, there's a complimentary brush with it, and I noticed that it looked similar to this brush. So one day I will buy it. So this one was the bronzer. So I'm just working that on the back of my hand, tap, tap, tap. And so I'm just going to go in like so. I'm also just going to a coffee shop, so I'm not going to spend too much time doing that, but just, I want to feel polished and refreshed, and it's a bit more motivating because I find that on the days where I don't have myself slightly put together, it's less motivating and I feel less inclined to get anything done. But with makeup, and the fun part about it is when you just wear a little bit, I think the last part just got cut off, so just retrying again. But again, just saying, just wearing a little bit of makeup can really help feel more put together, and I don't know, just getting basic tasks done. Not that it's a requirement, but I definitely notice a difference in wanting to get things done and feeling better and good about myself when I leave the house. So yeah, I just used the slightest bit of bronzer, and now I'm gonna try the contour. So again, woo! See, like, if you're new here, you'll find I'm always dropping stuff. That's gonna lead me to my next product too, because I'm scared. I got another new product and it's so beautiful. I'm scared that I'm gonna drop it. So I cannot be interested. And I don't feel like editing out because I just think it's funny. Hope you do too. So I guess I'm gonna use this. It looks, look at that. Like, I don't even want to mess that up. It's so pretty. And with these ones, people do have the experience where the product will, like, there's like a little protective cap when you first get it. It can be a little bit challenging to take off, and sometimes it can take off the product. But if you just move slow and focus, you can do it. But maybe even other times, even if you do it right like that, it can still happen. So just keep that in mind. So I'm just gonna put this on the back of my hand. So it's more cool toned, and I'll actually show you the difference. So these are the two fairest shades with the bronzer and the contour, and I think they suit me very well. But so that one's the contour, that one's the bronzer. I don't know if you can see the difference. Hopefully you can. And so I'm just gonna go in more with the cheekbones. So I think I'm gonna use that It Cosmetics brush again. And in other videos too, I've seen a lot of people do the contour first and the bronzer, but I just like to keep things interesting and different around here. Okay, so I have that. So it's a little bit hard for me to see my cheekbones, just because if you've watched my videos before, you know that I've expressed that when you're just looking at me dead on. Oh, I guess, no, never mind, I can see them, but it can be a little bit hard for me to see, especially if you're looking at your own face every day. I know it's different than working on someone else's makeup, but I'm just going to gently go in, and I love it already. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do. Oh, and I'm also going to use this on my forehead as well, just up towards the hairline. Okay. Maybe for this part, I will put it directly on the skin, but I've been told that the circles are actually better than doing a straight line, just because the aftermath looks more complimentary than just doing straight lines. But if you do the straight lines and you like it, go for it. I'm always in a constant state of research, even though I don't share a lot online. I would love to share more online, but in general, I'm just kind of scared of the internet right now. But I think if I just focus on just being myself and trying to lead by example and making mistakes along the way, which I've certainly have, it's like I'm allowed to exist and but I think I also have a hard time just, I don't know. It's hard to feel safe on the internet these days, I find. Just, I don't post a lot, and I witness a lot of really, as everybody does, I think we're all witnessing like a really shitty time with how people treat each other online, whether it be people they know, people they don't know, or if they're fake accounts and stuff like that. It's very discouraging and scary, but I've always had the desire to share online, however that looks, and I just have to do it. So I think that part is done. I could have went a little bit more intense, but just not feeling it. So this product, I was so shocked to be gifted this at work. Again, super grateful, and it is so pretty, and I can't be trusted with it. And once I show you what it is, you'll see why. So, Rare Beauty highlighter. It is so cute, the cutest packaging, and I have a really hard time opening it. I don't know about you, but I don't know, even with like kind of long nails, I find that I really need to focus on this because I am terrified of destroying it. Okay. Oh my gosh, I did it, and my heart skipped, I swear. So look at how stunning that is. And this is the shade Exhilarate. Again, terrified, but I just need to protect it at all costs. So I got, oh, where did it go? So one of my girlfriends gifted me an Ipsy glam bag. So thank you for that, Jane. You're the best. And so my complimentary bag came with this highlighter brush. And I actually don't even know. Oh, so it says Lovecraft Beauty, the number 9. But yeah, this is intended to be a highlighting brush. So let's do the first stroke. I don't even want to wreck it. Oh my gosh. Okay. So satisfying. All right, here we go. And this isn't actually the shade I would have picked for myself, but I tested it out on my hand the other day with a tester, and it literally is perfect. One thing I like to do, I don't know if I'll do it with this one, but instead of using a setting powder, I actually like to use a powder highlighter. The one from NYX I really like. I haven't done it in a long time, but I just remembered that I used to do it, so I might try that again. Just for funsies. Oh, did you see that? Oh my gosh. So one thing with powder highlighters, they can, if you have textured skin, it can show up, but if you kind of focus on the areas that don't scrunch up, which I didn't do here, but whatever, I'll live. But that's also a good tip too. So if you kind of focus on the areas that don't have creasing, but even textured skin is very pretty, and don't let anyone make you feel differently. There we go. Maybe I'll put a little bit on my eyes. I tend to be pretty light-handed, so I'm always scared of using more. But I also just don't want to overdo it. Let's use a little bit on my chin. Oh, and I'm also gonna add the contour underneath my chin. So I am actually going to use it directly on the skin here. Just for the cheeks, I like to put on my back of my hand. But let's do, so underneath the jawline, not above. There we go. And I'm just gonna do some circles here. For breakouts, my skin's been pretty good lately, but like better than the past year for sure. But I am experiencing some cystic breakouts right here. They're going down. I'm not gonna put the product directly over them. With the brush, yeah, but just not with the product itself. So the next product that I would love to purchase, but I'm just holding off at the moment, is a cream blush. And then I think I'll have all my cream products that I hope and wish for. I was going to get the Glossier face paint. I don't know. I'm not a Glossier expert. I'm just learning about it. But I just found it was a bit too sheer for my preference, but that could also be a good thing. The one I really want Hope or Bliss by Rare Beauty, because I find that those ones are the most natural looking for me. So I'm just going to use a lipstick. Or maybe I should use Anastasia. One of their Crush liquid lipstick, sorry, the liquid lipstick in Anastasia. So the color Crush, which is actually very similar to Rare Beauty. Should I? I don't know. I'm scared. Okay, let's do it. So I saw a little tip online the other day by a makeup artist. She's very beautiful, and I can't remember her name. If I find out, I will let you know. But using a cream lipstick or blush, putting it and warming it up on the middle fingers, then looking, here we go. So okay, yeah, that's very similar to Rare Beauty, but more not as pigmented, so I like that. Okay, maybe I don't need to buy Rare Beauty yet. I will. Don't worry. I love you, Selena. Okay, that is literally just what I was going for. So happy about that. I need to clean my hand. So I have, am I gonna do freckles today? Nah, not today. Maybe another time. So for eyeliner, I have two different liquid liners that are wonderful for their own reasons. And of course, I'm missing one of them. There it is. Okay, so the two new liquid liners that I purchased myself is the Sephora collection eyeliner. So the high precision eyeliner. So it's a very thin brush. I actually find that my liquid liner looks way better, and I have a more steady hand with this type of brush. So it's like when you like paint it on, that just seems to be dirty ass hand bronzer. So yeah, hopefully you can see. You get the idea. So I love this one because I find that really helps me create that perfect wing. This one by One Size. So Lindsay, one of the lovely beauty experts at work, she recommended this liquid liner. It's 24-hour waterproof, and it will withstand you swimming. My boyfriend and I go hot tubbing quite a bit, so it'd be really nice to have this on and not have to worry about it. So I'm going to use a combination of both, just because it's this type of applicator, which works really well, but for me it's a little bit of a learning curve still. I have I'm just more comfortable with this one, but I think I'm gonna start with this one and then use this one for the tail to create a better liner. So I've got this little mirror here, so let's use it together. Hopefully you can see, and let's get started. So I have tattoo eyeliner. So I just follow that. Actually, I might just keep it like that because that's a good wing. I did good. Okay, so I'm always like surprised when I do good, and it's like, no, it's to be expected, you know? Same goes for you. Okay, I am getting the hang of this. So with liquid liner, it's also helpful to use your pinky because it just creates more stability. Learned that from Candy Johnson. Okay, and so just feeling below. I don't have lashes because I have trichotillomania, so it's a compulsive hair pulling disorder. So that's why I got the tattoo liner, and I love it. If you have any questions about that, or would like to see more content based on that, please let me know. I would love to do it more. Okay, great. I'm happy with that, and no fuss. Just gonna keep going because even though I'm talking on the camera, this is longer than I actually prefer to do my makeup. I just like to make it really quick, easy, and out the door, because if I stay in front of the mirror too long, I can get a little carried away and then feel worse than when I started. So, so with the brows, so this, not a very clean brush, but we got the Wet n Wild. This one's my favorite for brows. I already have my brows kind of done with the NYX Lift and Snatch. I have it in 2 shades to create more depth. And then for brows, I've been using this one for a long time and I really like it. I used to love the Anastasia brow dip, but the Benefit Powmade brow pomade is my all-time favorite, just because I find that it has more rich texture that you can play with a bit more, and I find it takes away any sheen if you do have a lack of brows. So like those that may not have brows know what I mean when you draw something and things look shiny when you go from side to side. I feel like that cancels that quite nicely. So when doing brows or doing eyes, it's always great to have like a little mirror, like right up close and personal. And I'm not gonna go much in here. I'm just going to fill in a couple strokes just in the tails. My brows are different just about every day, and what I'm kind of leaning towards now is not drawing straight lines or filling it in, just creating actual individual strokes and then blending and kind of playing with the patterns that way. I am gonna go, it's just because there is a bit of a shine here, so I am going to just slowly go up again, just keeping your ring finger or, sorry, pinky, not ring finger. And just gonna go up ever so slightly. Yeah, that's great. Okay, and then going in this way, I'm just going to use that on the back of my hand again because it just looked a little clumpy, but just going to fix that now. So one thing I've noticed, if you have a lack of brows, I find that starting at the arch and then working your way down, focusing on the tail, and then kind of just pushing up towards the side. if you want, you can focus the most, or like have the most pigment just on this top rounded part here, but then kind of fade it out around there, working towards that point. And this one is a bit darker than the lift and snatch pens that I have. So I find it looks nice when you have a couple different color varieties. If I was to choose a Sephora brand for brow tints or pens, it would be Valentino, but because I like having multiple shades, I can't justify spending $40 on just one. But the great thing about the Valentino is they actually have the brow pen on one end and then a brow pencil on the other, plus a spoolie, so that's pretty incredible. But one day I may have them, but right now I'm just gonna stick to these ones. But if I was to choose one by Sephora, it would definitely be Valentino, because they're lovely and they look very watercolor and natural looking. So there's taupe, brunette, and I believe their black is called graphite or charcoal. Yeah, so I think that would be the one if I was to choose. So I'm almost done here. And I just find that with this brush, and it was like $2, it just creates really nice strokes, in my opinion. So brows are intended to be sisters, not twins, but I'm okay with how these turned out. It's so funny because I always find that this brow looks thicker, so I tried to like make it thinner, but now this one looks thicker, so it's like whatever. So that's usually how it goes. Okay, I'm feeling it. So for brow gel, I have never owned one of these. I'm so excited. So I have tried just about every brow gel that you can think of, except for the Glossy Boy Brow, and I finally got it. The only other one I haven't tried is the Patrick Ta. That one's supposed to be really, really good. I think it all just depends on what type of brows that you have, what effect that you're going for, but apparently that one is the best one for laminate brow effect, just from my research on the internet, but not from using it myself. But the Glossier, this one's definitely my personal favorite so far, just because like I don't have a ton of brow hair, so everyone's experience is different. So I basically have the most hair in the tail of my brow, but anytime, because they're sparse too, whenever I use a brow gel, it's nice because I like everything to look like set and complete and just kind of work with what I got. But a lot of times they can have too many fibers of them, or becomes crunchy, or leaves white flakes or anything like that. But this, it's just so smooth, and it feels natural and not like locked in like in a slick way, but it really is everything it claims to be. I just got the clear one. I'd love to try the brunette one next, but very happy with this one because I just find it lasts so well throughout the day and it doesn't create any more chaos on my brows. But yeah, so you can just maybe see a little wee, like they're definitely full in the tails. So I can work these up and then move it down. Well, in actuality, you're supposed to like work it down first and then go up. Yeah. So I'll just do down first. And I never trim my brows. And unless a client asks me to, I don't trim brows. Okay, I'm just gonna lift that up a bit. Okay, great. I'm really happy how this is turning out. So for lip liner, I'm gonna use Wherever Walnut. This is the only like nice lip liner I have, but I'm kind of thinking I would like to go for more colorful lipsticks lately, because like long wearing ones, because I find that lipsticks and lip glosses in general, I mean, never last, because I'm usually always like drinking coffee or whatever, so they don't last on me. But I find the confidence that I have when I actually do wear a lipstick is unmatched. And I think that's been through the test of time, as lipstick is always, you can wear no makeup and a lipstick and like look put together, you know? And being a child of the 80s, and my mom always had her signature lips and she always looked so beautiful. And I notice on social media there's a lot of other people and creators who say the same about their moms. They always had their signature lipstick and they just never left the house without it. They always have it with them at all times and they always look amazing. So I just find that I do better in sales if I'm wearing lipstick, which is really weird. Like, I don't know what it is, but it really is a confidence booster. But yeah, I like this lip liner just because it is pretty close to my natural lip color. Also, so when it comes to lip liner, I don't overdraw anything. I just keep my lips looking the way that they are, just for me. And I love it when other people overline their lips. I think it looks beautiful, but for me, I feel like it just looks tremendously obvious. Even when I try like play around with like filters and stuff like that beauty filter that's going around right now, I'm like, I hate this because my lips do not look like that. My chin doesn't look like that. It doesn't suit me, and I hate it. So I just keep lip liner along the lip line. I think for today's look, I'm not even gonna put on lashes. I think I'm just gonna keep it the way I look. I think it looks great. And just, I find because I don't have lashes and I wear fake lashes almost every day, it's really nice to give my eyes a break once in a while. And so today's that day. But what was I going to do? I need eyeliner. I'm just gonna fill in this little spot right here. Okay, and I am going to use a little mascara. So right now I have the mini for Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte. Tarte is great because it is an all natural and vegan brand, and I like this one just because especially when it comes to your eyes, I am starting to become more picky with my face and what I actually put on it, and being more conscious of that. But when it comes to eyes, I feel like it's like a non-negotiable. Like, you should be using, we shouldn't be using anything at all, but if we are, it should be vegan or have clean ingredients, especially either way. Like, if you have sensitive eyes, avoid wearing it, and then when you do, make sure it's like a really clean brand. And it's good to be refreshing those products often, especially with mascara. Like, that should be at the maximum 3 months old, 2 months old, and then get rid of it and then replace it. Just because we're always opening this, and don't push it in constantly because you're pushing oxygen into that and creating bacteria and whatnot. So just treat your products with care and treat your eyes with care. Cutting for me, but I'm trying. So the last and final finishing touch, Fenty in Fussy Heat. I just bought this for the first time the day after the Super Bowl because I was so scared it was going to be like sold out everywhere. I I know that the online sales were like astronomical, but the in-store, I was so convinced that I was just gonna be like wiped out and like nothing would be there for like weeks on end after that, but everything's fine, it's okay. But I finally got my first lip gloss by Miss Rihanna, so, and it is everything you hoped it would be and more. And it definitely lasts longer when you pair it with a lipstick or a lip liner. It's just so interesting because it really does complete any look that you're going for. And it's funny because it's the first time I've ever owned it. So I'm pretty excited. Okay, everybody, well, this is the finished look. Thank you so much for joining me today. I actually had a lot of fun and it was really nice, and I hope you learned something along the way. And take care and hope to see you soon. Mwah. Bye.